to some people, Deontay Wilder had the perfect rebuttal to Anthony Joshua, admission that he's not ready to face Deontay Wilder and won't do so until his team and himself feels like he's ready. This your boy CJ Goodfellow back with the Boxing Clinic. And, Joshua, that's his prerogative. And, we ask for fighters to be brutally honest. And, when somebody gives you the truth, a lot of people can't handle the truth. And he could have just been, bringing people on, swaying people. Oh, I'm going to fight Wilder, Oh, it's going to happen next year. Oh, it's going to happen this month. Oh, this happened, that happened. He could have just been swinging people along, swaying people along. But, Anthony Joshua, you got to respect him for being 100% honest. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. They want to hear what they want to hear, And Anthony Joshua gave it to people raw, I ain't fucking with him until my team feel like that I'm ready. And I feel like I'm ready. But there's a lot of boxers out there that's just like that. That has that same system set up in place. And they see when a guy like Adrian Broner breaks the system and he loses market value a couple times, and they see that, say, oh, I'm not taking a chance. Look at that one loss, how it changed his career. The two losses, how it changed his career, and how he lost fan base and he lost all his money. These boxers are scared because a loss is catastrophic to people's career. And they going to play it safe. They going to play prevent defense, with their career. And it is what it is, man. Respect him for being brutally honest. You got to say that. You got to tip your hat off to a man that's honest, that stands on his word and gives it to you. And don't flinch. Not mad at him. But Deontay Wilder says, his rebuttal was either they're scared or they're juicing. And a lot of people have brought up Anthony Joshua and his muscular frame. He's possibly being juicing. Would I be surprised? Absolutely. I'm not surprised for anybody to get popped with PEDs in this era and in the past era. It's been prevalent and going on longer than we know. And Floyd Mayweather is credited for starting the random drug testing thing. And that might be, one of the reasons that, his legacy may ever impact boxing on that note. Him bringing the random drug testing into the sport of boxing. It's Olympic style. That's how they do it in the Olympics. And, but could Anthony Joshua be juicing? Yes, a lot of guys could be juicing. I don't put it past anybody. You look at Shannon Briggs, Jarrell B. Baby Miller has a history of juicing. I wouldn't be surprised if anybody got caught juicing. You got, Lucas Brown. Oh, so many guys who got caught. And Alexander Povetkin, Bermain Stavern, Joseph Parker, Mr. Drug Test. And Anthony Joshua just did a video. He's not ranked inside the WBC top 15, so he's not doing year-round vital drug testing. So the other guy that wasn't ranked in the top 15 because of that, Luis Ortiz, just got popped when he got into the vital drug testing program to fight Deontay Wilder. So you can't put that past anybody, And obviously, I don't see, as a fan and, as a, boxing point of view, I don't see why people, they say, well, I see why. People say, well, Deontay Wilder is sloppy, reckless. He ain't got no technique. Anthony Joshua run through him. It's an easy fight for Anthony Joshua. Obviously, Joshua's team doesn't feel like it's an easy fight. Eddie Hearns was on. Him and Eddie Hearns said, we want this to be pay-per-view in the United States. It's not happening. They did try to hide behind some excuses. Heavyweight boxing is not nowhere near pay-per-view level in the United States. This is not the UK where it's a boxing love affair. That era of boxing is gone and sailed. I'm not saying it can't come back around like a hula hoop, because it can. Because, football wasn't a golden sport over here in America. American football, it wasn't. And it had its time. Each sport has its time. So possibly, boxing can be back on top one day. But in the heavyweight division, nobody's checking for these guys, because most people that's into boxing and most people that remember boxing, most people that know something about boxing, they know what real heavyweight boxing look like. And this is not the heavyweight division that people know and love. So they're not going to really buy that fight in America. We just don't buy anything over here, especially when it's pertaining to boxing. So, when they were still using that, I said, well, this fight ain't never going to happen. Now he comes out and says, Anthony Joshua, I'm not ready. My team don't feel like I'm ready. It happened when I wanted it to happen, when they wanted it to happen. Yeah, let it be next year, 2019, or possibly 2020. That's just telling you that basically when he was able to bitch slap Ortiz and use him, treat him like a prostitute, like my boy Black Fight Fan say, shout out to him and his channel, go check him out. That just shows you that Eddie Hearns has control over the boxing landscape. He has control over the sanctioning belt bodies. They is able to keep that belt. He's able to do whatever he wants to do. He got Anthony Joshua a shot at the IBF title. So once you got the sanction belt in your pockets and you can, you know, you're one of the best promoters out there, you can shift things the way you want to shift it, this fight probably will never happen. I think one of these guys are potentially going to lose before this fight happens. If it does happen, it's going to be past his, you know, due date. It's going to be like some old sour milk. And, you know, I don't anticipate looking at this fight to happen. I have little or no interest in the heavyweight division now after this, but it is what it is. We gone.